Guten Morgen, Grand Rising. Hello, hello. Glad to see you again. All right. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the simple way that you can free yourself from any limiting belief at the visual level. Why am I making that specification? So this isn't a neuro-linguistic programming, guided meditation, visualization. I'm going to walk through this with you. I'm actually going to show you how to do it. This is derived from something known as the Lefkoe method, which you can Google. Morty Lefkoe, thank you so much for your genius. I wish you didn't pass away of cancer in 2014. Here we go. Beliefs are not just a statement about reality that you think is true. That's not actually what beliefs are. If you think that's what beliefs are, it's because you were fed an improper, incomplete, woefully inadequate definition. Beliefs are multisensory, experiential constructs deep within the psyche that create a specific perception of reality, thereby creating your perception, your thoughts, the emotions that arise from your thoughts, and the behaviors that are driven by your emotions. So beliefs are multisensory constructs of human experience. They're made of the same thing as experience itself. And you have multiple senses that contribute to your beliefs being created. It's not just logical sense. If it was just logical sense, you could do this. This is a fucking magic trick that you could do if beliefs were purely logical. You know what? I'm not worthy is not true. I am worthy, and I'm good enough, and I'm capable, and I'm competent, and I'm safe. Poof! And so it is. Now I'm a badass, and I walk through the world completely free from my core limiting beliefs that were created through trauma and childhood. It's like, not quite. If you could just think your way there, you would. Everyone would. Why do we still feel not good enough? It's been 20 years. We've gone through personal development seminars, we've read books, we've gone to therapy, we've done coaching, we've done all this shit. Why do we still feel not good enough? Well, it's because we're processing it logically, and you need the tools to process the beliefs visually and emotionally. Two core pillar components. Beliefs don't just make logical sense, they make emotional sense. You feel unworthy, not safe, not capable, not important, not good enough, whatever yours is. For the purpose of this video, we're going to use I'm not good enough. But I want you to substitute when I say I'm not good enough with whatever of these beliefs rings most true for you or feels most uncomfortable, because that's what is unfortunately ringing for you. So here's some beliefs to work with. I am not enough. I am not good enough. I am not capable. I am not important. I am not worthy. I am not safe. There's something wrong with me. Breathe that in. Which one of those hit you the hardest? If any. Maybe you're free from all of them. If so, God bless you. But pick a belief, any belief, and we're going to walk through this process together, okay? So this is how you free yourself from beliefs visually. The core principle is this. Nobody in human history has ever one time ever, not once, seen that they're not good enough. What's true is that we can see events, we can see things in reality, we can see people behaving. We can see things. We have sight. The sight is real. What you see is real. I'm not good enough is an interpretation of something that you saw one time or hundreds of times as a child, as an adolescent, as an adult. And the moment that you saw things that way for the first time, the moment that you created that interpretation of what you saw, you started projecting it onto everything for your entire life because it got rooted in your psyche as a belief. And from that moment, boop, that's how I see things. I see that I'm not good enough when I get an F on a test. I see that I'm not good enough when my girlfriend breaks up with me. I see I'm not good enough when I get laid off from my job, because this is the lens through which you're perceiving reality. The moment you take it off, oh, my girlfriend broke up with me. That means that my girlfriend broke up with me. End of story. Doesn't mean I'm not good enough. Ding. So That's the core philosophical concept that you got to understand. It wasn't ever actually there in truth. Do you see your hand? You can see your hand. It exists. Look at it. Go ahead and look at your hand. Don't look at my hand. My hand's my hand. Look at your hand. You can see it. Now the question becomes, and here's where we start doing the process, in the same way that you can see your hand in three-dimensional space, it exists. In the same way that you can see your hand, do you see, I'm not good enough, anywhere around you? Pause the video, look around your room, look around the coffee shop, look around wherever you are. Here, I'll show you. Here's where I am. Do you see I'm not good enough anywhere in three-dimensional reality? And the answer is no. The answer is no, 100% of the time. Because it's not possible to see it. It doesn't exist. It's a thought construct. Okay. That's not helpful, Glad. That's not helpful. I already know it doesn't exist. Shut the fuck up. Tell me how to actually free myself from it. Okay, fine. Fine. You've made it 6 minutes into the video. I'll tell you how to do it. Here's the real magic trick. If it doesn't exist in this reality, did it ever exist in this reality? The memories of your past, what you saw when you were a little kid, a teenager, an adolescent. The invitation is this. Look through your past. Look through your memories. Any memory that could be possibly tied to I'm not good enough. The question is, did you actually see in the same way that you can see your hand, did you actually see I'm not good enough? In truth, the answer is no. 100% of the time. And there's no exception, and there's nothing that you could have ever possibly seen that would actually mean that you're not good enough. However, if as you're looking through, you see something that makes you want to say yes, I really, really honor your experience, and I'm going to give you some tools to help you process that, because a lot of you have what I call visual roots. This belief is visually seared into your brain through a specific memory and through something that you saw. There's an image in your mind's eye. And here's the most common image that people struggle with, and I'll teach you the principles of it so you can apply it to whatever image you think shows you that you're not good enough. For most people, it's a face. I saw I wasn't good enough when I saw the angry, stern look on my father's face when I was 7 years old after I got in trouble at school. I saw his face and I knew I wasn't good enough. And he told me, son, that's not good enough. You're going to have to do better. He told me I wasn't good enough, and I saw it in his face. In his eyes, as a matter of fact. It was specifically in his eyes. I could see it right there. I'm not good enough. And I go, in response to that, wow. It seems like you saw your father's upset and angry face. And you probably felt some feelings in your body at the same time. And you even heard him say that your behavior wasn't good enough. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's tease this apart a little bit, shall we? I'm not good enough was in your father's face, you say. Here's a question. If we took that picture of your father's stern, angry face, specifically his eyes, and we plastered it on a billboard in the Times Square, New York, and 100,000 people saw it, would all 100,000 people simultaneously become genetically imprinted with I am not good enough for the rest of their life? No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so if they saw your father's face, it doesn't mean I'm not good enough. Yeah, that's right. Huh. So did you see I'm not good enough? Or did you see your father's eyes? I saw my father's eyes. Right. Right. Who created the interpretation that his face meant that you're not good enough? I did, I guess, but he also told me that I wasn't good enough. Okay, I hear you. Listen, If I very sincerely look at you, and with every ounce of meaningful intention in my heart, I tell you, dude, you are a pink giraffe. Do you suddenly become a pink giraffe for the rest of your life? No? Wait a minute. Okay, if your dad looked at you and said, son, I want you to know, and I really mean it, you are a pink giraffe. Do you suddenly become a pink giraffe for the rest of your life? It's like, no. Okay. So dad's voice doesn't spontaneously edit the source code of the universe to create reality. No. Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, that's great news. So did you hear that you're not good enough? Or did you hear your father say something like, your behavior needs to change. Your behavior is not good enough? Well, I heard my father speak those words. Right. Sounds like you heard your father speak words and you saw him look angry. Is that right? Yeah. Does any of that mean I'm not good enough? No. Oh, shit. Yeah, he was just upset. He was just having a bad day. And then boom, like fucking magic, like clockwork, 100% of the time. As soon as people are finally free from it, they start seeing it differently. And the truth can emerge. Oh, yeah, dad was just really upset that day. Yeah, I think that there was something going on between him and mom. I overheard them yelling at each other. And then like 10 minutes later, he did that. Yeah, he was just in a bad mood. like, of course. Of course it doesn't mean that you're not good enough. Look back through your past. Look through every single memory that could possibly be tied to I'm not good enough. Try to find it. You won't be able to. It doesn't exist like your hand. So try to find it. And you can apply this philosophy, by the way, in your daily life. This is very, very practical, useful philosophy. I call it the great philosophy of it is what it is. Say a girl hasn't texted you back. You really want her to. She's attractive. She's a little bit into you, but it's like not sure if it's going to play through. And you get a little anxious. She hasn't texted you back yet. And you think to yourself, oh God, I'm anxious. Do I see that she doesn't care? Do I see that she doesn't like me? Or do I see a read receipt on a text? Oh, I just see a read receipt on a text. Thank God. My kid is screaming and yelling and throwing all kinds of fuss. Do I see that he's a brat? Or do I see that he's screaming and yelling? I see that my kid is screaming and yelling. Maybe I should go take care of him. Rather than boil in the anger of the false creation and projection that he's a brat. So I hope you find this useful. If you thoroughly search back through your past, you will be completely and utterly incapable of ever once finding actual proof for your limiting belief. You'll never see I'm not good enough with your own two eyes. And when you realize that, you'll come to a breakthrough understanding and a shift in your perception that'll carry with you for the rest of your life. You'll realize that you never saw that you're not good enough. Not once. Never. It was never there. There's power in that because you created the perception. You create your reality through your perception, through the meaning that you project onto events. That's your creation. That's how fucking powerful you are. There's no other creature in the universe that can do that. You're the only one. Well, that and every other human, but God, you're one of the fortunate few, that's for sure. And so again, the algorithm put simply is this. Look back through your past. Did you ever see the belief itself, or did you see people behaving and things happening? I'm willing to bet that you saw people behaving. I'm willing to bet that you saw things happening. Did any of that shit ever mean that you're not good enough? No. Not once. Never. So, that's the algorithm. And at that point, many of you will be free from it. Many of you will say, I felt it. I felt not good enough. I'm aware that I didn't see it, and this was helpful, and the feelings have shifted for me. They're a lot less intense now, but I felt not good enough. And to that I say, God bless you. Stick around for the next video, and I will share a very simple truth. No, you did not.